they weren't meant to win. At the start, they lost more than they won. The press said they had no shot. Fans gave up, but the team didn't quit. They played hard. They played smart. Each game, they found a way. They rose, bit by bit. They fought through pain, through doubt, through long nights and loud crowds. No star, no big names, just heart, grit, and the will to prove folks wrong. Now, they stand one step from a dream no one saw but them. This is the tale of the 2025 Indiana Pacers. No star duo, no top pick. No one saw them as a threat. The East was packed with top dogs. Boston, New York, Philly, but the Pacers? Just a team of role guys, youth, and one bright lead guard. The press called them mid. Most fans wrote them off. They came in with no big name, a coach with a plan. Rick Carlisle stood tall, but the team hit a wall early. After 25 games, their mark sat at just 10 wins and 15 losses. No one gave them hope. They were off pace, tied for last in the East by mid-December. Still, that crew refused to quit. They fought in each game. In January, they found a flow, a 10-win stretch in just 12 tries. They beat the Heat, the Warriors, the Cavs, shocking wins that showed grit. Halliburton hit big games, a 33-point, 15-assist show versus Miami on January 2nd, and a 4-point play to beat Milwaukee on March 11th. By spring, the team had grown deep. Siakam led them with 20.2 points per game. Halliburton steered with 9.2 assists per game. They used bench strength. TJ McConnell, Beno Mathurin, Tony Bradley. They all played on key nights. Defense got sharp. Offense moved the ball. No one star played all the minutes. Depth was the edge. On April 13th, they clinched 50 wins with a double overtime win in Cleveland. That marked their first 50-win season since 2014, and they did it after a 40-17 run post-December 8th. They locked in the 4th seed in the East at 50-32. From 10-15 to 50-32, they flipped their fate. The press once counted them out, but they proved steady. Depth, drive, belief. That mix turned early woes into hope, and hope into a chance. The playoffs came next. For the first round, the Pacers faced the 5th seed Milwaukee Bucks. Game 1 on April 19th was a statement. Indiana crushed Milwaukee, 117-98. Tyrese Halliburton paced the team with 25 points and 9 assists, while Pascal Siakam added 22. By Game 5 on April 27th, the series was tied 2-2, but Indiana held firm in overtime to win 129-103 and end the series 4-1. Next came the second round against the top-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers. Game 1 on May 4th saw the Pacers win 121-112. Game 2 was nail-biting. Indiana edged Cleveland 120-119 on a Halliburton game winner, with Halliburton scoring 28 points and 8 assists. The Cavs roared back in Game 3, but Indiana took Game 4 at home 129-109 on May 11th. Then, on May 13th, Indiana closed the series with a 114-105 win, eliminating Cleveland 4-1. That put Indiana into the Eastern Conference Finals. Back-to-back appearances for the first time since 2014. Their foe, the 3rd seed New York Knicks. Game 1 on May 21st was epic. Down 119-105 with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left, the Pacers stormed back to win 138-135 in overtime. Halliburton had 31 points and 11 assists. Aaron Nesmith hit 6 fourth-quarter threes. It was a record-shattering comeback. Game 2 followed on May 23rd. Pacers took a 2-0 lead with a 114-109 win. Pascal Siakam with a playoff career-high 39 points. The Knicks hit back at Game 3, but Indiana answered in Game 4 on May 27th, winning 130-121. Game 5 saw New York stave off elimination, but on May 31st, Game 6 delivered Indiana's ticket to the finals. They beat New York 125-108. Siakam scored 31 points and was named Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Halliburton added 21 points and 13 assists. They became Eastern Conference champions. the first time since 2000. Over the playoffs, they went 15-6, with 3 huge comebacks and stellar depth. Haliburton averaged around 23 points per game and 7 assists per game. Siakam was steady, in mid-30s some nights. Their bench, led by McConnell and Toppin, provided a spark. This scrappy, unified crew had silenced doubters and earned it all with grit and heart. Now, they stand ready for the finals. Now comes the Thunder. They stormed through the season at a historic pace. 68 wins, the best record in the league, and a staggering 12.9-point differential. Every game, they rolled through foes with ease. Fans asked, who can stop them? Their depth, young, and venomous defense led by all defenders Dort, Caruso, and Williams turned every night into a trial by fire. And yet, the Pacers walked into the storm unbowed. No fear, no doubt. They believe we can. On June 5th in OKC, the Pacers looked on the brink. The Thunder led by 17 in the fourth quarter and held a 9-point lead with under 3 minutes to play. But Indiana moved gears. Pascal Siakam hit key hoops, bench players chipped in, and Tyrese Haliburton kept them close. Then, with 0.3 seconds left,
no fouls to give. Haliburton looking. Haliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot, pulling up, and hitting.
Haliburton rose over Cason Wallace and nailed a 21-foot buzzer beater, Indiana's first lead of the night. It was historic. Haliburton's heroics marked the finals' latest game winner since Jordan in 1997. The Pacers erased a 15-point deficit and snapped OKC's near-perfect playoff home record. Haliburton finished with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Siakam had 19 and 10. The bench added help. Indiana stole Game 1 in enemy territory, and the series narrative shifted. Oklahoma City answered in Game 2. They smothered Indiana's offense early, holding them to just 41 first-half points and 35% shooting. Gilgeous-Alexander erupted for 34 points on 11 of 21 shooting and was perfect from the line. Haliburton battled a calf strain, contributed 17 points and 6 assists, but couldn't spark a comeback. The Thunder's defense locked in. The Pacers turned it over in key stretches. Oklahoma City evened up the series at 1-1. The series returned to Indiana for Game 3. This time, the Pacers flipped the script. Haliburton posted 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists, a near triple-double. Benedict Mathurin tore it up off the bench with 27 points, while TJ McConnell added steals and energy. The Thunder coughed it up with 19 turnovers. Gilgeous-Alexander had 6 miscues. Indiana led most of the night, with a 32-18 fourth-quarter burst that sealed the win. The Pacers led the series 2-1. Game 4 was another bombshell. Thunder trailed by 7 late, but in the fourth quarter, they outscored Indiana 31-17. Gilgeous-Alexander wasn't lighting it up all night, but delivered in crunch time, hitting a pivotal 3, then a baseline jumper to go up with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. The Pacers couldn't respond. Despite strong defensive efforts, Indiana couldn't prevent OKC's late surge. The series was tied 2-2. Back in OKC for Game 5, the Thunder reasserted dominance. Gilgeous-Alexander dropped 31. Jalen Williams erupted with a playoff career-high 40 points, including a clutch 3-ball with 8 minutes and 6 seconds left. Meanwhile, Haliburton battled calf tightness, went 0 for 6 field goals before simmering back in the game. The Pacers turned it over 22 times, giving OKC 32 points. The Thunder pulled ahead 3-2. Facing elimination on June 19th in Indianapolis, the Pacers unleashed a statement. They dominated early, turning over the Thunder and building a huge lead. Haliburton, playing through a calf strain, looked sharp. 14 points, 5 assists, 2 steals. TJ McConnell was a spark. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. Obi Toppin added 20 and 6 from the bench. The Indiana bench combined for 48 points. Thunder starters sat by the end as Indiana blew it open, forcing a deciding Game 7. Through 6 games, this series has lived up to the hype. Indiana struck first, but Oklahoma City answered. Each team dug deep. Indiana's depth and heart showed in games 3 and 6. Thunder's star power and late-game grit boasted wins in games 2, 4, and 5. The stats tell the tale. Turnovers, clutch scoring, bench energy, and injury-era resilience all mixed to shape this battle. We now stand at the edge. Game 7 awaits. Game 7. All or nothing. Paycom Center thundered. Halliburton limped in. Calf still sore from Game 5, but he came to win, and he exploded early. 9 points, 3 threes, 4 minutes in. He looked like the best player in the world. Then, at 4 minutes and 55 seconds in the first quarter, he drove hard. No contact. His right Achilles snapped. He fell, screamed, and punched the floor. The court froze. Teammates rushed in. He writhed in pain. No way to stand. Hurt, he stumbled off on crutches. The arena gasped. At that moment, the heart of the Pacers left the court. Fans' tears streaked. Players wept. The title slipped from their grasp. Despite the loss, Indiana held on.
The drive to finish. And a whistle in the field. Siakam, high arcing jump shot. Mathurin gets inside, comes up short. Nice top shot with the left hand.
Pacers with their first look, and Mathurin drains a 3.
With the assist, Toppin can't get the 3. Turner, good offensive rebound. Neesmith lines it up. That's good. Series scrapping, fighting once again without their all-star point guard. Mathurin drills the three-pointer. Second field goal. Imard fires up a 3. Got it!
They stayed tight through halftime, up by 1 at 48-47. But the third quarter came, and the shift hit hard.
Have a lead here in Game 7 of the NBA Finals without him. Offensive rebound, put back. Dort has to hoist one up. And he knocks it down! Lou Dort with a Hail Mary as the shot clock was expiring. That gets the crowd fired up. Mathurin the drive, blocked by Holmgren. The answer. Caruso drives, missed it. Second effort is tied again. SGA tries to answer. And does. His first three-pointer, he was 0 for 5. Gilgeous-Alexander double. Finds Holmgren. Down for 3. His first three-pointer, Gilgeous-Alexander. The spin, the pass. Williams open 3. That one bounces in.
Oklahoma City woke up. Their bench and stars clicked, and the lead swelled. A 34-20 run in the third dumped the game wide open. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander carried them. 29 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. A finals MVP-worthy night. Holmgren added 18 points, Williams 20, and Caruso 10 with key steals. Dort locked down the defense. Indiana's offense wilted. They scored just 43 after halftime. Turnovers piled up, 21 total, and dried their hopes. By the final buzzer, the scoreboard read 103-91. Oklahoma City crowned champions. Shai held aloft the trophy. Indiana fell to tears. On the court, Halliburton, still in crutches, met them with an embrace and pride. In the loss, though, lingered triumph. They were tied at half, carried without their hero. They showed what the heart can do. And despite the injury, Halliburton stayed to greet and console his team, his spirit unbroken. No script could write that moment. No broken body could erase it. In Game 7, the Pacers lost the battle, but in that pain, they bared their soul. The Thunder took the title, but the story belonged to those who fell bravely in the fight. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander stood tall as the finals MVP, sealing his banner night. He poured in 29 points and dished out 12 assists in Game 7, guiding Oklahoma City to a 103-91 win. His performance capped an MVP season, making him one of the few ever to win regular season MVP, finals MVP, scoring title, and a ring in the same year. Shai said it felt unreal, dedicating it to his family, friends, and fans who cheered him through doubt and hope. Meanwhile, those in tears were the Pacers, and not just from defeat. Tyrese Halliburton, whose early Game 7 burst energized his team, lay devastated by a torn Achilles. He fought hard, but at 4 minutes and 55 in the first quarter, his season, and possibly the franchise's shot at history, ended. He exited on crutches, tears in his eyes, voice choked, saying later it made no sense that it ended this way. Surgery came soon after, and today he's bound to recovery, his pain shared by fans but shaded in pride for his fearless fight. On the other side, Alex Caruso grinned ear to ear. When asked how this ring compared to his 2020 Lakers win, he simply said, "Yeah, now I got a real one. Now nobody can say anything." He added that this title felt harder earned, proof of grit and communal strength. Pacers fans wept and yet beamed. They mourned Halliburton's injury and the close of such a wild run, but they saw a team that rose from 10 to 15 to the brink of glory. Their pride far outweighs the sting. As Indiana guard TJ McConnell said, they felt deflated, but proud of everything we've accomplished. This tale ends not with a ring, but with a roar of hearts held high in defeat. Shea's MVP shines bright, Halliburton's tears cut deep, but his spirit remains unbroken. Caruso's real one remark echoes a truth. This run carried meaning, and though the Thunder take the title, this is a story of respect, of fight, of what stands when the odds are long and dreams seem far away. Now, before we end the video, let's talk about the OKC Thunder postseason journey. The Thunder came in hot, 68 wins, first seed. Shea led the league in points. Chet grew fast. J-Dub took a leap. Coach Dagnall kept them sharp. The West Finals were their true test. The Wolves had length, strength, and youth. Ant went off. Gobert clogged the paint, but OKC had heart. OKC struck back. Game 5 was the spark. Chet's best night yet. They stood tall in the West. Young, fast, deep. Fans asked, who can stop them? Few had an answer, but on June 6th, they met the Pacers for Game 1 of the Finals. Two young teams, one goal. But OKC knew they had been built for this. It showed in every step of their climb. Was this the best run we've seen? From 10 wins by mid-year to just one game shy of a ring, no team has climbed that high that fast. They broke the mold. No past team did what these Pacers did. They weren't picked to win, not picked to make the top 8. Some said they'd miss the play-in, but they fought back. They grew fast. They played smart, and they didn't blink when big teams came their way. Each round, they found a new way to win. Each loss, a spark. Each win, a step. They were built with heart, not hype. They beat the top seeds. They broke charts. Tyrese led them with skill, with joy, with guts. And though he fell in Game 7, he'll rise again. That's what greats do. That's what he is now. This team changed how folks will look at small teams. They made the league pause. They gave fans joy, pride, and a fresh hope for what's next. This wasn't luck. It was a grind. It was guts. It was real. They weren't just a team of long shots. They were brave. They stood tall when most would fold. And in loss, they still gave us the truth. True greats aren't just born. They're made in the fight. Go ahead and like the video, comment to show some love, and subscribe for more stories like this.